been a couple weeks, but the Friday news wrap-up is back for the 29th of July 2011. As such, other than the usual news pieces, I'll be giving the thumbs up to 2 games from the last fortnight. Will they make the cut for the top 3 of July? Who knows? At any rate, let's get the show started. Let's be perfectly honest. Did anyone think we'd not get years 5 to 7 for the iOS? With the LEGO series of platformer adventure titles being so wildly popular on almost any device it's released on, the only reason we'd not see an iOS release is if the last one flopped. Tentatively announced for November, players will get to journey through the Order of the Phoenix, the Half-Blood Prince, and the Deathly Hallows. With a host of new spells and items to add interesting mechanics to the mix, it's a casual title worth looking forward to. Uncontent with sitting on their hands, or at least hiding away from the spotlight, developer Crescent Moon Games has announced their next title, fresh off the heels of their recent online-focused twin-stick shooter, Deadlock Online. Siegecraft takes another stab at the classic castle defender genre, putting you in control of a catapult, ballista, trebuchet, and other deadly weapons of war to stop an invading horde. To add some variety to the mix, you'll be able to initially play through campaigns as either knights, vikings, or samurai, with future updates rumoured to include fantasy races such as orcs and the undead, and other classic-era armies such as Egyptians and Spartans. Have I gushed enough about this game yet? Have you felt like our review and constant poking hasn't been enough to convince you? Why not try the demo? A free trial version featuring a fifth of the content from the full game is now available, so now you can see for yourself whether my craziness is justified. For those of you who have already taken the plunge, Game Center is now supported along with a bunch of achievements to boost your EPN ratings. Note, side effects of a larger EPN may include buying a 360 to yell at people in Black Ops. Fellow gamers, I think it's about time to sit down and talk about the Minecraft phenom that continues to grip the world. Simply put, the open exploration and objective system, along with the ability to create unique machines and structures, not to mention the survival aspect, can be addictive, and it's a formula we're bound to see repeated again and again. Terraria recently brought a 2D spin to the concept, and now Junk Jack seeks to fill the gaps in the day when you're not at home playing on your PC. One thing in particular has piqued my interest, and that's the prospect of real secondary objectives. While self-guided gameplay can be fun, being given an objective can add a focus otherwise absent in similar sandbox titles. We'll keep an eye on this one for future updates. I won't go and say anything as cliched as, you're not a gamer if you haven't tried Final Fantasy Tactics. While I may believe there are amazing titles that any serious gamer should have tried, or at least want to try, I can't hold it against someone for not having done so. Thankfully, playing this title has become a whole lot easier as, after much posturing, Square Enix has finally submitted the game to the App Store, meaning fans of the series and those keen on checking out the tactical RPG can hopefully expect to have it in their hands soon. Those who can still play the PS1 or PSP versions of the game may be slightly less excited, but it's one step closer to seeing other classic RPGs making the jump to the iOS. To make up for the lost week, I've decided to do something special. It's unlikely to become a regular feature at this time, so consider it as a sort of apology for leaving our viewers hanging. When a developer like PopCap Games says they're using a side project studio to test out some edgier, wackier ideas, you know you have to keep an eye on it, because PopCap are the guys that brought us zombie-fighting plants and pachinko-crazy unicorns. Allied Star Police is a line castle defense title, much like Legendary Wars, where players duke it out against an AI opponent by summoning various units that attack automatically while travelling down multiple lanes. The challenge here is that almost every unit is capable of aiming and firing at units in any lane, forcing you to fill up the gaps as soon as possible, while timing larger units to appear at the front lines to smash through an oncoming wave. The pace is frantic and matched by the hypercolour cartoonish visuals that fall in line with the creative flair of a 9-year-old, which is unsurprising given that the Make-A-Wish Foundation helped just such a child to work with PopCap to create this game. Aside from the increasing difficulty level, there's not much depth to the game, but for something that only takes a couple minutes to play, it's a fun and free way to blast away those spare moments in the day. If you've paid any attention to the reviews of the last fortnight, there's at least one outstanding title that's easy to recommend to anyone itching for a puzzle title that's not only challenging, but unique in its style, and simply gorgeous to look at. Q-Void by Gavina Games. Like any puzzler, it's bound to have its detractors, but with so many easy-to-jump-into action titles available, it's nice to have something a bit more relaxed and refined to offset the action and bloodshed. Speaking of action and bloodshed, it's worth taking some time to check out Reckless Getaway by Polarbit. This is no easy run-of-the-mill action racing title either. Instead of using polished controls that conform to realistic physics, you'll need to hold on to the reins of a barely out-of-control muscle car as it careens its way across highways, suburbs, farms and other dangerous locations as you attempt to outrun the police. Getting stars in this game is hard enough without deaths also penalising you, so take the time to learn each level because you'll need all the help you can get to survive this crazy ride. And that's the wrap-up for the weeks covering the 22nd and 29th of July. I hope you enjoyed this week's editions, and as always, feel free to pimp us out via Facebook, Twitter, or by subscribing to our channel. Don't forget there's always additional news and details on our website as well, so pop on by to help support our dedicated writers and reviewers. This has been Andrew with AppSpy.com. We review, you decide.